The entertainment world was already in mourning after the passing of legendary rock icon Ozzy Osbourne, but the grief deepened when the long-awaited results of his autopsy were finally released, and the details were more devastating than anyone had anticipated. For decades, Ozzy had been the symbol of rock and roll excess, surviving what seemed like an impossible number of health scares, wild escapades, and years of physical punishment from a lifestyle that defied logic and biology. Fans believed if anyone could outlive the odds, it was him. But according to the official coroner's report, Ozzy's body had simply reached a breaking point, and the findings paint a tragic picture of a man whose past finally caught up with him. The autopsy revealed that multiple organ systems had deteriorated simultaneously, primarily driven by a combination of advanced neurodegenerative disease, complications from long-term substance use, and a recent resurgence of aggressive pneumonia that proved fatal. While Parkinson's had already been publicly acknowledged, the report confirmed that Ozzy's neurological condition was far worse than originally disclosed, with brain tissue damage and nerve degeneration that had been silently progressing for years. Added to this were significant cardiovascular issues, with the autopsy citing major blockages in multiple arteries and signs of repeated microstrokes, likely contributing to his declining mobility and speech issues during his final appearances. The lungs, too, were in a state of severe damage, a result of both chronic respiratory infections and decades of chain smoking. What truly stunned many, however, were the signs of long-term pharmaceutical toxicity, indicating that even in his later years, Ozzy's body was still dealing with the aftermath of countless medications used to manage pain, anxiety, and his neurological decline. According to the medical examiner's report, his liver bore the scars of a past life drenched in alcohol and drugs, despite having been clean for many years. Though no single cause of death was listed, the coroner's summary made it clear Ozzy Osbourne's death was the result of systemic failure due to cumulative chronic illness and multi-organ degradation consistent with long-term neurological and cardiopulmonary disease. In simpler terms, his body just couldn't take it anymore. Fans and family alike are now grappling with the full weight of the loss, not just of a musical legend, but of a husband, father, and cultural icon who had, against all odds, outlived nearly every prediction made about him. Sharon Osbourne, his wife and closest companion through 5 decades of chaos and love, released a statement saying, "Ozzy fought every step of the way, even when the pain was unbearable. He didn't want sympathy. He just wanted to keep making people laugh, scream, and sing along." The release of the autopsy has only intensified emotions within the rock community, with many fellow musicians expressing their heartbreak not only for his death, but for the suffering he endured in silence. Toward the end, social media exploded with tributes, but also questions about how such a fierce and vital performer managed to conceal just how ill he really was. For all the darkness in the report, fans are choosing to remember the light Ozzy brought into their lives through his music, his rebellious spirit, and his unapologetic authenticity. The autopsy may have laid bare the physical reality of his final chapter, but it also serves as a stark reminder of the incredible resilience he demonstrated throughout his life. Ozzy Osbourne may have left this world broken in body, but he remains immortal in the hearts of millions whose lives were changed by the man who turned madness into music.